What did I think about hearing Dr. J saying that Adrian Dantley and Bernard King were two guys he did not like playing up against? And some people are gonna be quick to say, well, he really meant to say Larry Bird. He didn't say that. Um, I think it's great. People don't know how lethal those two were in some cases. I mean, Adrian Dantley was one of my favorite players. I just remember when he would palm that basketball and turn it over and beat the free throw line. And he could come across like a bougie uh classical musical conductor because he just like had a symphony. It's just the way he would his complexity, his unorthodox manner. I've never seen a guy who could get in the lane and he was like an octopus. Like he had so many. Like I always said, Kel McHale was the most octopus type of power forward low post player I ever saw because he had so many moves with his hands. But Adrian Dantley was like that on the outside. I mean, you really couldn't stop AD. And the trip out thing about Adrian Dantley, he wasn't the fastest or the quickest, but he was mentally sharp as anybody I've ever seen as far as just creating lanes to score. Uncanny, amazing. He's one of those guys that he could put on a clinic as far as just embarrassing you with a dribble, posting you up inside the free throw line, inside the base, and just wear you out. And strong as an ox. So, when I think about all those components, I could see why Dr. J would be frustrated going against him because he was physical, he was imposing, and he was uncompromising. And some guys fade away, get a shot up, be done. Not Adrian Dantley, and you had to hit him. You had to, he drew you to. He just had a really unique way that he played. One of the most underrated, best talents that really had a signature of move, had a signature of the way he played. I mean, just you can't put into words. And as far as Bernard King, come on now, I tell the story all the time. Before there was a Durant, and before there was a Carmelo, there was a Bernard King. And if he had been healthy and you think Dominique Wilkins was, and Dominique Wilkins gave it up for Bernard King. People don't realize before his leg injuries. I remember I saw him with the Wizards, formerly the Bullets, back in the late '80s in Washington, and that was the half of him, and he still was scary. That New York Knicks era Bernard King, that cat could go. He could score. So, and these guys never get that attention that they deserve. One thing I love when I hear Dr. J and he get, parts in his books and when he talks about players he played against, the people he held in high respect, he gave you a synopsis of eras of people that no one else gives them their due like that. You know, you never hear Bernard King get that. I always said that if Bernard King had have been healthy and Michael Ray Richardson could have stayed, clean and on the straighten up, team up with Patrick Ewing, they probably would have won a ring or two. That could have been a run there. And all due respect, because we obviously know that Pat Riley is one of the greatest coaches ever, but Rick Pitino would have been there capturing something. Like, because that's what they was missing. No, I ain't dissing Mark Jackson for all y'all out there crying. Well, if he could play point, let Michael Ray play too. But I'm just telling you, Michael Ray Richardson with Bernard King, and you'd have had Patrick Ewing. Woo! B. King was bad, and he gives you buckets. So Adrian Dantley gave you physical and buckets. So I understand why Dr. J mentioned those two. I get it. Those are two of the most underappreciated um, scoring machines I ever seen. And I say scoring machines because those cats could score and they could drop buckets. And when I talk about cats like Adrian Dantley and Bernard King, remind you of something. They were no 3-point specialists. They weren't like just standing behind lines. Imagine if they had the green light that these cats got today. You know. And Dantley could get to the free throw line too. So Bernard King would throw buckets on you. So I understand what Dr. J, when he mentions those two, he couldn't stand playing against those two. Oh yeah, because they were both physically and they were demanding. They were extremely talented cats. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.